All right, that's enough demo. Thank you. I'm going to finish up. How many more minutes have I got? 1, 2, or 3, or 5, or you're not paying any attention? I'm going to do it till he tells me to stop. We've done other experiments. Gas discharge visualization, invented by a Russian. I'm going to terribly pronounce his name. I'm going to say Korkotov, but I know I didn't get close. Anyway, this is using, instead of a photographic plate, using glass electrodes, and you're looking at an electrical impulse that stimulated a biological subject and generated a response in the form of photon electron emission. And here are some patches that have been placed on a GDV device. I always found this fascinating to look at the biological substrate in there, so like a Kirlian photography. So it's very fascinating. You get a Kirlian effect. And this is a person that's been patched. This was done in Toronto. We placed them on their kidney 3 points. These are bottom of your feet. And after 10 minutes of patching, the field increased by 73, that's almost 74%, the field density. Now, we did some studies done at the Center for Biofield Sciences in India. We've done a PIP, poly contrast interference photography, gas discharge visualization, electrointerstitial scans on 400 people. And this is an example of both increasing energy and rearranging energy was consistent finding in all GDV studies with LifeWave patches. And this was a study of 50 people with the glutathione patch. You'll see that in the GDV, about 74% had a stronger field, 18% no change, 10% actually the field went down a little bit. And what we find when we test these people is they're releasing lots of toxins. So we're getting the detox effect, in a sense, is so overwhelming, some people have to take the glutathione patches off early. This is another example with 20 subjects. Oh, I thought he was telling me. And positive change in 14, no change in 3, negative change in field intensity. We're looking at field intensity here. So what we looked at, and this is one with 30, positive at 80%. So this was, seems crystal clear that IceWave and glutathione patches have profound effects in pain management. And you saw the people up here out of the audience, the ones we patched, all had some degree of reduction in pain, or at least the ones that we talked to did. So we find that experimental changes in the biofield are strongly positive in the after scans. This was 5 studies with over 400 subjects. Prove a high percentage of participants experienced significant pain and symptom relief using the LifeWave as opposed to the control groups, which showed very little effect. So this was a placebo-based study, and guess what happened with the placebos? They didn't see anything. This is an EIS system. It's non-invasive bioimpedance analysis, determines organ functions electronically, and helps monitor effective treatments. And this is an example of how the study participant would look with pads on the hands, the feet, and electrodes on the scalp or the forehead. The DC current is produced through bioelectric impedance, specifically passes through the interstitial fluid compartment and surrounds the cells. And so you actually can get a reading about organ function through this technology. And what we found is that 30 subjects wore glutathione patches for 30 days, tested weekly. And evidence showed through the study that the electrical properties of the organs improved and toxins were being mobilized. And here is the outcome of study results. It's a little complicated to read up here, but I'll summarize. We did 2 different groups, one with 10 participants, one with 20 participants. One group wore the patches 5 days a week. The other group wore the patches every day of the week. The best response was when they wore them every day. We had significant effects on the organs of the baseline: pancreas, liver, gallbladder, intestines, adrenals, hypothalamus, pituitary, in these subjects tested. We've done EEG work, and this was very important work. We've had this done in 2 different centers now. And what we find, we started doing EEG when we started getting reports for people getting improved speech, improved mobility, improved balance, and even dancing. Time to go. All right, I'm going to go through here and say alpha wave activity increased.